Welcome to the 50K special. Today we celebrate 50,000 subscribers by putting me through some more torture. Yeah! This challenge was suggested by Wooly Ram, and the rules state that I can only use 50,000 runes for my entire run, including upgrading, purchasing items, leveling, everything. And I want you to know right now that, this challenge sucked. An absolute nightmare, but you guys like to see me suffer, so let's get into it. Without further ado, my name is Josh, also known as Garbage, and I hope you enjoy my suffering. I started with a Confessor class because freaking what other class am I gonna start with? He has high faith, and the weapon for the run requires faith, and the class also starts with the fingering seal for my selected buffs. This game makes it too easy sometimes. My keepsake was the Stone Sword key as well, so I could access the 7th Somber Stone. Now I had 3 options in mind. I could go for the Death Poker again, that would be easy, but not only did I already do 2 runs with this weapon, but I felt like it was cheating if I were to use it. Second was the Godslayer's Greatsword. I've never used it before, the stats were acceptable. I could make do with it, except to upgrade this thing fully, it was about 20,000 runes, so it would be mighty expensive. Fully upgrading and leveling the required stats to wield it would be too tight for comfort, so I went with my third option, the Magma Blade. In hindsight, there were about 30 better options to choose from, but I went with the one weapon that would cause me the most unhealthy physical reactions, so you're welcome. First, I gathered the Golden Vow Ash of War as well as the Warrior Jar Shard. I normally get my Somber Stones 1 through 4 from EG, but I'm on a budget this time, so I had to find them elsewhere throughout the world. If only I was more successful, 100,000 runes would be so much better. My first purchase was getting the minimum faith requirements. I only needed 2 more levels, so that's a total of 1676. Again, in hindsight, I don't know why I did this. I don't even have the weapon yet, but I have it marked down, so. I quickly grabbed the Flame of Incantation, that's not how you say it, Flame Grant Me Strength Incantation, and once it was time to gather the 7th stone, I made my way to the Volcano Manor. Now, the broadsword was by no means a bad weapon, but against the Godskin Noble and Volcano Manor, it was not gonna do well. And I can't upgrade it either, I need to make smart choices with my money. Not only do I need to fully upgrade the Magma Blade, but I need to upgrade my character as well. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, his name is 50K Uwoos. So I found some Blood Ash of War, giving the sword some bleed capabilities, and yeah, this made the fight much easier. The Foreskin Noble at a certain distance will always strafe to the side, before throwing a fireball. Easy pickings for a couple of cheap shots in the belly, only to repeat the process 15 times. But for some supernatural reason, the pillars sometimes would block his roll, and other times, what? They just didn't. This was the first reason I considered throwing myself off the roof.
Okay, alright. Alright, we're good. Wait, no! What? How did, dude! Ah!
That was the second reason. The sheer inconsistency with that attack just sucks balls. I can deal with every other attack no problem because it's the same answer every single time. However, the pillars are not thick enough to be a stable source of protection, making me wet my pants every time this fatty extends its circumference. It also doesn't help that my vigor is 10, I understand that, but this is a challenge run where my source of income is limited. It took a couple of hours, but I was able to beat the Foreskin Noble. If you're wondering why not just do the Noble skip, I can't. I tried for hours doing the same thing over and over again. It's not patched, you can still do it. I just can't. Now, the next part was equally draining. I had to fight the Man Serpents to grab the weapon for the run. It took me, I would say, 3.5 hours before finally...
Please. Yeah! Finally! I'm free!
This was the third reason why my sanity at the end of this run was completely vanquished. My time in game was about 7 hours. Compared to my other runs, I would be at Millennia or downright finished already. But here we are, not even at Margit yet. But with those roadblocks out of the way, it's time to spend some money. To fully upgrade the Magma Blade, it would cost 10,586 runes. So, that's what I did. This gives us about 39,000 to work with when it comes to leveling because, that's really all there is left to do. Killing this Erdtree Avatar gives me about 90,000 runes, plenty to work with. So I'm left with exactly 39,414 runes. This gives me 14 levels to work with, so here's what I did. I went with 25 faith, mainly so I can use the Golden Vow incantation. I went up to 16 dex so I can wield the weapon properly without Radagon's Source Seal. The last level was expendable, so I simply put it in mind just to have a little more wiggle room with the weapon art, maybe, I don't know. This leaves me with 3,794 runes just in case I need to purchase anything small or buy some really cool merch. I'm just kidding. That would be a really good plugin though, wouldn't it? So now that the setup is complete, many people asked me on like my Death Poker run what my stats were, what I used, blah blah blah. So here are my stats before facing Margit. I'm level 26 and that's my max level for the entire run. I spent the rest of my money on V-Bucks. My incantation buffs are Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. Obviously, I have the Magma Blade at +9. I'm using the Commander Standard in order to give myself an additional buff, which is why I have Radagon's Source Seal equipped, because I can't wield it properly without it. Lastly, I have the Wondrous Physic that boosts both fire damage as well as my faith by 10. The other talismans don't come into play until later, but I have the Flame Scorpion, the Warrior Jar Shard, and the Ritual Sword Talisman. That pretty much sums it up, so let's go fight some bosses.
Alright, Margati. Come on, give me that jump. Yeah, good boy. Bam, bam, bam. Ooh. I shouldn't be surprised, he's the first boss. Uh-huh. Yeah. Passing skill, all that nonsense. Pretty easy. Alright. Yep. Oh, I got hit! No! I don't want to get hit there, but that's okay. Oh, man. If I could upgrade my stats, I'm sure I could beat him before he entered second phase, but I'm not sure. Alright! Nice and smooth.
I mean, these fights go without saying. They last 20 seconds. What do you want me to talk about? How about the fact that people are still leaving comments on my first challenge run, 10 months ago, by the way, about how to pronounce the great epee? You would think 1 or 2 comments would be enough, but no, let's leave 46 of them. Anyways, Radahn was next. I stopped going after the Feet Queen during these runs because I always get super horny when I see her, but mainly because it's such a hassle to fight through the Academy versus skipping over Radahn's entire Legacy dungeon once I reach Altus Plateau, which is always going to be a part of the setup anyway, so I might as well take advantage of that. I mean, ever since the nerf, he's been incredibly easy, so let's just jump into the next boss. The Dragonic Tree Sentinel, even though he resists fire, my damage was still adequate. I've seen your comments asking me if I know about the cheese for this boss, and I do, but for one, I'm not a coward. More importantly, it really doesn't matter now. I always face the Sentinel with my complete setup, and if I can't get past him easily then, that's a problem. Godfrey's icon as usual was a party pooper because he's just so fast. I want to use my weapon arts against him, but he's too slippery. He's always swinging his axe or stomping the ground too, so you really just can't get in those hits. I'm noticing now the abundant amount of jumping attacks, so perhaps the Claw Talisman for this fight would have been good. Doesn't matter because I didn't need it for real-life Godfrey, and you'll see why. I had to take care of him the boring way, but at least Morgott is always a pleasure to pummel.
What are you doing? Oh, really? Come on, dude. Throw your spears. Oh yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yeah! Oh, go. Okay. Just back up here. Oh, that was kind of close. I gotta recover my FP here. Alright, second phase, you basically just have to wait for the jump in it. Yep, like that one. Jump. Yeah. Or for the whatchamacallit, the blood attacks. That's what second phase is. It's still kind of easy. Alright, Morgott down!
Now was the moment that I dreaded the most. See, fire throughout most of this run is pretty powerful, but there's one boss that laughs in the face of flames. The Fire Giant. He was my fourth reason why I wanted to commit Unalive. If I'm being honest though, the damage in the first phase wasn't too bad. It certainly was manageable. However, it's at this point when I started to see how important leveling up was because remember, I'm only level 26. I'm sure with more strength, dex, and faith, the magma blade would be twice as better, but I was broke. Second phase was a nightmare, mainly because I feared his fire breath attack that not only tracks like he's Deadshot, its reach is insane. I didn't get a chance to record it, but you see how they're like lingering flames after the animation is done? I went in for a counterattack one time, and one of those lingering flames killed me. I can't tell you how absurdly angry I was. Fire Giant died, and a piece of me did as well. It's time for the infamous, say it with me now, Foreskin Duo. As always, I summon help because I just hate this encounter alone. Screw off, I'm not going to fight them alone. It's stupid. That being said, it was pretty easy. Bernal is a champ as always. He just tanks those hits, recovers his health, and together we took them down. It's time for Malekith. That was the 5th reason. Malekith, more specifically the Beast Clergyman, proved to be a nuisance due to his speed, which he used to vigor check me multiple times. I needed some help. The rules never said I couldn't use spirit summons, so here we are. My plan was to grab the Mimic tier to split aggro and add some more damage to the pot. However, I realized that I don't even have enough health for the cost. I thought it was like a percentage, but it's actually a fixed amount. So it was back to the grindstone, eventually beating Malekith after about 45 minutes. It's crazy to think that this second phase is much easier than the first. I wouldn't say the first phase is really difficult, more so just annoying to deal with. But if we want to talk about annoying, look no further than the final reason, the straw that broke the camel's back, which is really fitting because I'm Egyptian, Gideon Ofnir, the all-spamming. At first, I thought, oh, this will be easy, he'll get stunned in the magma constantly. Before I even know it, he'll be recreating the ending for Terminator 2. Not the case, sadly. I really needed some sort of assistance, so I decided to grab Godric's Rune and the Erdtreed's Favor +2 to further increase my health. I had just enough health where I could use the Mimic tier, but obviously I needed Rune Arcs, and I only had 2. And of course I can't purchase more, my budget is gone, I spent all my money. I only had enough money left to upgrade my Mimic tier once. I had 2 attempts. And 2 more reasons to circumcise myself. I've always sucked going up against human-sized bosses in these type of games, but Gideon Man is on a different level. I tried for hours, and I think these clips will show you exactly where my mental state was.
Until now. I'm growling like an animal now. I wasn't even in front of that! Excuse me! Yeah! Why not just shoot me as soon as I'm healing? Okay, come on, yeah, that's that, yeah! Those stupid rings! I know I'm being an idiot! I understand that I'm making all the dumb choices! Ooh! Ooh! I'm going insane.
My fellow, you fought well until now.
I didn't even scream there, I was silent. That scares me the most. And that was it. I gave up on Gideon because it's seriously not worth my mental health. There's a reason why I don't do PvP in this game because I would yield the same reaction. People constantly dodging, spamming spells, it's too much for me. I don't want to do that. Gideon Ofnir is where my challenge ends. I'm so sorry you don't get to see me go against Godfrey or the final boss. Forget Mog and Melania, I was not doing those two. With this challenge, I would be in a straitjacket if that were to occur. But I have to say, this weapon was not as good as I thought it would be. I would think at least the posture damage would be better, but we have to keep in mind, I was only level 26. I'm tempted to go back and try without only 50,000 runes, this weapon specifically, but that means I have to, fight the Manserpents again, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. Honestly, when it comes to Elden Ring, I think a level 1 run would be so much easier. I didn't realize how crucial runes were when it comes to these runs, so when you have a limit, it shows drastically. Anyways, that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for obviously 50,000 subscribers. That's not a small feat, that's insane. And we'll just keep on going. My goal is to reach 100,000 at the end of this year. So I think we can make that work. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and of course, stay safe.
Thank you.